Hello, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. So if you want to see how I achieved this look on my beautiful client, you will want to watch this video till the end. Yes, you can see how the makeup is so subtle, so beautiful. In fact, let's just watch how this magic was made. So here you can see we have a clean canvas. So I started off by cleaning our face with micellar water and using a cotton pad. You can see, so this has to be done before you start your makeup. Make sure you have a clean canvas, and to achieve that, make sure you clean the face of your client or your own face if you're going to be having your personal makeup done. Then I went ahead to dry the face because the face has to be dried before I start applying any product on it. Then I went ahead to hydrate the face with a toner. Here I'm using Mario Badescu. As you can see, please be generous when you're using this product. So I get that to dry as well. Like I said, every product needs to get dry before the next. Now I'm applying a serum. Here I'm using Omari Code. Blend that out. Yes, make sure every time you're blending your product on your face, you're taking it sideways and downwards. Yes, that is the right way to blend out your product. Then I allow that to get dried as well. Then I went in my moisturizer. Here I'm using Simple Moisturizer. After that, I moisturized our lips with Vaseline lip balm. Here I'm applying a primer, a hydrating primer, Mismetic Aqua Grip. So I'm applying it all over our face so that it can, grab our foundation and keep it in place all day. Then I applied a mattifying primer around her T-zone, since she has a combination skin, in order to keep her T-zone from creasing. So since she has some dark spots, I'm going to be color correcting using a concealer. You can see I'm using an orange concealer. So this will help, since she's dark skinned. It's going to help, to cover the blemishes, and when the foundation comes up, everything is going to be seamless. So now I'm blending it out in order to make the foundation smooth when coming up on it. Now I'm applying my foundation. You can see how the foundation is going over the place where we color corrected easily, seamlessly. That is how it should be. Make sure to apply the foundation evenly all over the face. Here you can see it might be looking like the foundation is a bit brighter than the face. Yes, I applied this particular shade in order to blend with our neck. So always make sure that your client's face is in tune with our neck, whatever shade you're using on our face. I applied the foundation using a brush, and now I'm going in with a beauty sponge in order to press in the foundation and take off any excesses. Now I'm applying concealer on our face. I'm using a shade a bit closer to our skin tone at the outer corner of our eyes. Then I'm going to go ahead and blend it out. Then I went in with a concealer 2 shades lighter than our skin tone at the inner corner of our eyes. Now I'm applying my blush. Make sure to take your time and blend your blush properly. In fact, every product you're applying that needs blending, you have to take your time and blend it out. Your concealer, your blush, and if you're using the contour, the wet method, make sure you blend properly. Now I'm going in with a concealer again to brighten up the inner corner of our eyes, and also applying concealer in other areas of our face that I haven't. Now I'll go ahead and set the concealer, and I'm using a 1 shade lighter powder, yes, to set the concealer in place. I'm going to do that everywhere I apply the concealer. Now I'm going to set the foundation and every other product in place by using powder in our actual shade all over. I'm going to apply that all over. Please be generous with your powder. There are some products that you should not even manage at all. It's non-negotiable. Try to make sure you're using them enough on the face, on the skin of your client. So here I'm contouring a nose. We actually didn't do a wet contour. So this is a dry contour whereby you just use a contour in the right shade to, contour our nose and sculpt the nose. Okay, so here I'm actually setting the face. I forgot to press record when I started, so I guess you guys can just have an idea of what I'm doing here already. Now we'll move on to the brows. Here I'm using a brow tamer to actually brush up the brows. So I got to brush them up to keep them in place so that when I'm drawing the brows or carving them out, I'm not going to be having like fallouts or hairs just coming out of line. Then I went ahead to set the brows with a setting powder. So after drawing and carving out the brows, now I'm highlighting it with a one shade lighter concealer. So now I'm applying the eyeshadow. I'm starting with the transition color. I'm using a brown shade. So I'm done with the eyes and now I'm onto the lips. As you can see, I'm lining our lips. That should be the first thing you do before you apply lipstick on the lips. Always make sure to line the lips. It helps to make your application of your lipstick more easier and smoother. Now we are dusting off the excess powder, that is the setting powder on our face. I'm taking that off using a powder one shade lighter than our skin tone in order to help maintain, the color, the tone of our skin even after taking off the setting powder. So here I'm applying my mascara, and here I'm trying to tint the lashes black again. That's one thing when you have your lashes fixed already before your makeup, there's every tendency that maybe the powder or the eyeshadow can actually stain the lashes. So this is a trick you can actually use to return the lashes back to its original color. You can make use of a flat brush, yes, a small flat brush that is kind of like a fan, a small one. You just put it into you can dip into an eyeshadow palette that's black shade, or you can make use of your gel liner pomade. Yeah, you can make use of that, the black color. Like you can see, I'm using that over here. You can dip the brush into it and then just like paint over it, like coat it again, coat the lashes in order to return the original color, which is black. Because right now, my client's lashes were kind of looking brown. So I had to do this to, make it stand out and look good. Okay, so now I'm setting everything in place with a setting spray. Then I'll allow that to dry. Please always make sure you allow this to dry before you apply any other thing, because after now I'm going to be locking everything in place with a fixed spray. Now I'm applying my cheek glaze from Mismetic. Now I'm locking everything in with my FBH Cosmetic Lock-In Spray. This is gonna keep everything in place all day. Okay, so this is me going back to make my nose contouring more visible, because sometimes when you are applying your eyeshadow and all, it can actually make it become a bit faint. So remember to always go back to put it there to highlight it and make it more visible, more pronounced. Yeah. So here, this is the final look. My client is looking so beautiful. I totally enjoyed the process. So guys, what do you think of this look? And are you going to try this on yourself or on someone, a model or a client? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you watched till this extent, thank you so much. Please do well to give the video a thumbs up and also drop a comment as well. Till to then, bye. Do well to like, subscribe, and watch my next video. Bye.